What's up, bud?
Well, there should be one problem there. The band is mine. How are you gonna keep me out? What is mine? Ow! Look who it is. It's RJ Ballin back at it again with the Footballin' Podcast. Let's go, dude. I had to bring that little school rock tribute in the intro, dude. Hell yeah, dude. I was like, I just randomly remembered that song from School Rock, and I was like, yeah, dude. That's the intro today. That's the intro we're doing today. And also, I can't see shit with these glasses because they're not prescription, and I spray painted them myself. And, I gotta change, actually. Jesus Christ. Whew. Oh, wow, that's so much better. Holy shit, dude. I couldn't see jack shit in these glasses, dude. Wow. Okay. Well, here we are, dude. Episode 5. We're back at it. We got a big week, bro. Big week for football, man. It's great, dude. Like, we finally got actual games, like actual plays and games happening right now. Even though it's preseason, it's still football, dude. Like, we're still coming back into it. We got a lot to talk about. And I'm going to get right into it right now, dude. Trying to waste no more time here, even though, because I had kind of a long intro, but let's get right into this, dude. Preseason opening weekend, dude. It's finally here. Football's back, dude. Let's go. Woo! Football's back, man. So excited, dude. Like, actually can talk about real football. Okay. So here we go. We got to get right into the first thing. I got to cover the New York Jets first. That's the first order of business because there's some bad things happening with the Jets right now, and it's very unfortunate, and, like, I'm sad for them, so, like, let's get into it, man. Zach Wilson played in he played like the first part of the preseason game, right? For the Jets. And you know, he was scrambling out of the pocket, and then he goes on a quarterback run. He ends up just running a little around the corner, and then he's about to get hit because he sees a guy coming up. He's about to get hit. So he tries to make a little juke move on him, right, and get away from him. And that little juke move, just to avoid the hit, actually got him injured because it just looked like just a really awkward juke, and just like wasn't ready for it. And it didn't look good, bro. Like, it's like basically what they're saying is that they thought it was gonna be like a season-ending injury or some like big long injury. Like, they were really scared it was gonna be like, oh, Zach Wilson's gone the whole season now. Like, what are they gonna do? It looks like that's not the case. Thank God that's not the case. Because that's the last thing I want to see is somebody just get a major injury in preseason. That's the worst, dude. So Zach Wilson, he suffered a bone bruise apparently, and also a meniscus tear alongside of that. It's going to require surgery, so he's going to have to get surgery now. And you know, they're saying that he's expected to be back within 2 to 4 weeks. I don't know how true that is. Like, I think they're being optimistic because from everything I've like researched about meniscus tears. Oh God, I can't even say that word. Meniscus. Oh God, I can't say it again. Meniscus. Oh God. Like, it's so bad. Okay, meniscus tear. That's how you say it. Okay. So yeah, that totally threw me off. Anyway, okay. So they're saying it's a meniscus tear, okay, and they're saying it's 2 to 4 weeks. They're expected he's out 2 to 4 weeks even after surgery. I don't know if that's true, bro, because from what I've been looking at, that's not really the case. Like, it's looking more like 6 to 8 weeks with like full recovery. Because like it seems like they're gonna try to rush him out there because they want to get him for like the first game of the season. Like, oh, he doesn't want to miss a game. I understand that, but also like you cannot risk it, dude. You've already risked his injury enough by just playing him in preseason at all, dude. Like, it's already bad. Like, you already played risky and he got hurt, okay? And you're lucky that it's not a major injury, dude. You're lucky. You're so lucky, dude. And like I don't know. You can't risk it, bro. You can't just throw him out there in a couple weeks after a surgery and be like, he'll be fine. Like, dude, he needs to fully recover before he comes back. Like, you cannot put him out there at 80%. It's not going to be good, and he might re-tear it. And, dude, don't play around with it, bro. Do not play around with that. So that's what happened to Zach Wilson, unfortunately, in the preseason game. And also, more bad news for the Jets. Even more bad news with injuries. Mekhi Becton, their like star offensive lineman, like literally their best offensive lineman. The dude's a freaking tank. He's like 6'7", 360. This dude's a like complete monster. They need this guy. Like they need this guy on the line, dude. And he got a serious knee injury. He was like during training camp, during a practice, he got a very bad knee injury, and it looks like he's gonna be gone the whole season. They're not confirming that yet. Like he might still be around. He might be able to come back at the end of the season. I don't know, but it's for sure that he's not gonna be able to play like most of the season, if not the entire season. And that's like a big blow, dude. Especially for your quarterback that needs that protection, dude. The Jets are in a tough division. The Jets are in a tough division and just a tough AFC in general. They can't afford, with all these great pass rushers on these other teams, to not have their guys on the line. Like, dude, yeah, Mekhi Becton's an important piece of this team. And for him to be gone, all season, and Zach Wilson's getting injured again now, and it's like, dude, it's not looking good, bro. We all went into this offseason with the Jets like being so optimistic and being like, I can't wait to watch them all play together. Like, it looks like they're building something here, and it looks like they are. I think they are building something there. I like what's going on. I like the coach. I like the GM. I like the quarterback. They've drafted all these great, it looks like great prospects. I don't know if they're gonna pan out, but they look sick. I don't know, but I'm optimistic about him, but with this news coming out about Zach wasn't getting injured and freaking Mekhi Becton, and I was like, dude, that's bad news. That it's not looking good, dude. But going back to the whole playing Zach Wilson in the preseason, I'm gonna give you a list of all of the starting quarterbacks that actually played in the preseason of week 1 for this week, right? Let me give you the list of all the starting quarterbacks that actually played, even if it was just a couple drives or whatever. But they were still out there and they're still playing. So Zach Wilson, he got injured. Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields, Patrick Mahomes, Jared Goff, Marcus Mariota, Mitch Trubisky, Geno Smith, Trey Lance, Carson Wentz, Sam Darnold, Matt Ryan, Trevor Lawrence, Daniel Jones, and Deshaun Watson. Surprisingly enough, Deshaun Watson played too. I'm going to talk a little bit about that later because it's kind of that's wild that he's actually even out there. But anyway, so that's all the starting quarterbacks that actually played. And even if it's just a couple drives, dude, I understand the argument of we haven't played football in so long. It's been all these months. Oh, there's something out the window. What the fuck? Anyway. So it's been all these months, and they want to get their guys warmed up and get them some reps so then they're ready for the season, right? I understand that, but dude, quarterback is too risky, dude. It's too risky to play these guys in preseason. I feel like, dude, don't play your quarterback. Don't throw your quarterback out there because we saw it with Zach Wilson, dude. Zach Wilson, that injury could have been so much worse. Let's say he does get hit, and then it actually hits his knee, and then now his knee's torn, and then now he's out all season. Or they almost thought it was an ACL. They almost thought he tore his ACL, he's gone all season. That's it. It almost came down to that. He got very, very lucky that he did not get a worse injury. So it's dude, think about all these starting quarterbacks I just listed that played in preseason games. Dude, any of these guys could have got hurt. Any of these guys could have been out for season. And then now your quarterback's out for season. Now you have to go grab some random backup or you got to make a Jimmy G trade to try to save your team. Because, like, dude, if you don't have your starting quarterback, most likely you're going to be losing a lot of games this season, dude. And for all these teams that have really good starting quarterbacks, why would you risk it? Like, dude, there's teams like the Rams and the Cardinals and Green Bay and Buffalo and the Patriots and the Bucks and Miami. They didn't play their starters. They did not play the starters on offense, defense, or they didn't play their starting quarterbacks either. They're like, why would they risk it? Like, and those are the smart teams. Like, you can see, like, those organizations that I listed off. Besides Miami, I wouldn't consider them a smart organization, but you know, I'm glad that they sat Tua out, because what if he got hurt, dude? And then your whole season's screwed. So, like, why would you do that? Like, especially with the veteran quarterbacks, you definitely don't want to put them out there because they have higher risk of injury. It's just like, dude, you do not want to play your starting quarterback in preseason. Just let them sit, dude. Literally, Matthew Stafford last year didn't play a single snap in preseason, and they won the Super Bowl, and he played great the whole season. So, like, okay, dude, there's your argument right there, bro. Like, I understand it's like, okay, the Rams are great. They have all these people and all these great players. But, like, dude, that just proves, like, your quarterback doesn't need the warm-up of preseason. And also that warm-up does not cancel out the risk of injury. Like, the risk of injury is so much higher. Why would you do it, dude? Like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So keeping with the preseason, so we saw the Tennessee Titans play their preseason game, and we got to see Malik Willis. Malik Willis was their draft pick. Actually, I didn't write it down here. I can't remember if he was second round or third round. He might have been second round pick. I'm not too sure on that, so don't take my word for it. But you know, like he was kind of the top prospect quarterback going into this last draft. Like, everybody was so high in Malik Willis, and mostly because of the athletic ability too. Like, he was clearly so athletic. Like, it's obvious right there, like, just from his film. So, like, everybody was so hyped about Malik Willis, and then we go into the preseason week 1, and he's out there playing because they sat Tannehill because they didn't want to play any snaps at Tannehill. Smart choice, very smart choice, and let Malik Willis play, let him learn. Like, you're better off seeing what this guy has, because also if he gets injured, you still have your starter Ryan Tannehill, so you're good. You don't got to worry about it. Like, you don't got to worry about nothing because, okay, we still have our starter. It's fine. And, you know, Malik Willis went out there, and, I mean, like, I watched the game. I watched all of his snaps. I got to say, you know, I have a little bit different opinion from a lot of people right now on Malik Willis, because right now on the internet, it's like we all saw the clip of him. Like, he runs out of the pocket, and like he escapes the pressure. He runs all the way to the left to the sideline, and then, you know, scores the touchdown, putting the football in the end zone. Like, he got it. And like, it was a nice play, dude. It's a nice play. It's cool. Like, and everyone saw that play, and like a handful of others that were like decent plays. And, you know, people were like freaking out about him, and they're like, Malik Willis, dude, oh my God, he's the savior in Tennessee. Like, he's the guy. Like, get Ryan Tannehill the hell out of here. Like, put Malik Willis in. He's our starter. Like, dude, like, Tennessee Titans fans are losing it. The NFL fans in general are losing it. They're all hyping him up so much after seeing that. Dude, I understand we're all hyped up. We haven't seen football in months, and we're just now seeing football again, even though it's preseason, and we're seeing a young quarterback that we all wanted to see, and he makes a couple of good plays, and, you know, that's fine. That's cool, dude. I'm happy for him. He made a couple of cool plays, but like, that's really all there was. That's all there was, dude. Like, from what I saw, because I watched all the snaps from Malik Willis in that game, he had that touchdown, which was nice. It was a nice touchdown. He had one deep pass, like pretty much like one deep pass that was literally wide open, like completely wide open. And it's like, okay, like, you know, decent throw. Like, the guy's wide open. I mean, throw it to the sideline. He's going to catch it. Like, it's not that impressive. It's okay. It's all right. But it's just because it's like a big, deep pass that people were like, yo, Malik Willis is spinning it, dude. He's spinning it out there, bro. Like, yeah, okay, dude. Like, yeah, dude, you know what he was doing? He was spinning it into defenders' arms. That's what he was doing. Because a lot of those throws were bad decisions, bro. Like, I'm telling you right now, dude. Besides the touchdown he ran in and the deep pass that he completed, besides that, pretty much every other throw was like he's throwing it away because he's getting pressured, or he's making a really bad decision. And he's like throwing it right into a cornerback, right into a covered wide receiver, and the corner just happens not to pick it. Like thank God these corners don't have any hands, because if they had hands, like Malik Willis probably would have thrown like 2 or 3 picks in that game. But he got lucky. He got lucky, dude. Because I saw many plays where there's guys rushing him. He has pressure in his face, and he started freaking out because there was so much pressure. Like, a lot of that defensive pressure was getting through. And like there were some times he could run away from it, but like a lot of times it was either swallowing him up or it would freak him out, and then he would panic and throw a bad decision to a double covered receiver that he should have never thrown that to. And it's like, bro, just throw the ball away, dude. You just throw the ball away or take the sack. Like, I know it sucks, but you got to do it, because you can't risk throwing interceptions, especially if he's going to try to play like real games against real competition, like against the starting lineup. Those starting corners are going to pick that off. Like, most likely they're going to pick that off if you throw it right to their chest. So, I didn't see a lot of great stuff from Malik. Like, I'll be honest. Besides a couple good plays, it's really that's all it is. He showed what he did show, I'll say this, what he did show was his athletic ability for sure. Cause like he was running away from pressure, he was juking people out, like getting out of the way. He also like turned like a 7-yard sack into a 10-yard gain, which that was great. That's great, dude. Because that will translate to real games. Like you can translate that. That's for sure. Like, we see it with a lot of the athletic quarterbacks right now in the league. And like that's, like you can translate that. But that same athletic ability that got him those yards on some of those plays, that same athletic ability also kind of held them back, and it kind of made him get sacked even more. It's kind of like the Russell Wilson thing that we used to see with Russ. Russ would do so much escaping and so much tricks in the backfield that he would end up like running himself into sacks. And like, or Patrick Mahomes does that too. Kyler Murray does that sometimes. It's like sometimes they're so reliant on their athletic ability that they just happen to get themselves into more trouble. And it's like, dude, just throw the ball away, dude. Like, you've bought enough time. No one's getting open. Just throw it away, dude. You're fine. Like, it's okay to throw the ball away, dude. Like, you do not have to treat every play it's like the last play of the Super Bowl, dude. Like, come on. Like, it's too much, dude. And, like, I saw that a lot with Malik Willis in this game. I'm like, dude, there was a lot of times he's just running right into sacks. He's trying to escape and do too much, like fancy, sexy moves on him. And he's trying to do little cuts and stuff, and then like the defenders are figuring him out. Like after he got a couple runs, they just started figuring him out and containing him, and there was nothing else he could really do after that. Like, he was getting boxed in and he was panicking, and like I could see it. Like, I could see where he's looking at his first read. First read's not there. Oh shit! I'm running out of the pocket. Oh, I'm getting out of here. And that's really it just tells you a lot about being a rookie, being a young quarterback, having great athletic ability, but not having all of the experience and all the awareness of a NFL quarterback yet. But I'm not saying he can't get that in the future. I'm not saying that he can't work himself up to that. I'm just saying, as of right now, Tennessee Titans fans being like, put him in as the starter. Get Ryan Tannehill out of here. Like, dude, Ryan Tannehill right now is a much, much better quarterback than Malik Willis. Like, by far a better quarterback right now. And I understand that Tennessee Titans fans, or just NFL fans in general, they're not big on Ryan Tannehill. And, like, I'm not either. I'm not the biggest fan of the guy, like, just personally, but, like, at the same time, dude, he has experience. He plays good. Like, he wins games. Like, he makes big plays. Dude, you can't deny that he's a really, really good quarterback. I'm not going to say great, but a really, really good quarterback in the NFL. And, a rookie quarterback that needs a lot of work is not going to take his starting spot right now, dude. That's not going to happen. Like, let's just give him some time, dude. Give him some time. I'm saying, like, maybe halfway into the season, he's making such a good progress and he's playing so amazing in practice that you go, you know what? Maybe we should put him out there. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. That could absolutely happen. But I'm just saying right now, everyone needs to put on the brakes, dude. Put on the brakes on Malik Willis. I understand he's exciting to watch, and everyone wants him to do good, but we gotta chill out, dude. We gotta chill out on Malik Willis, dude. Because he'll get there. He'll get there eventually. But here's another thing I really wanted to talk about with the preseason. So I watched the Browns game, right? And I don't know why, but I wasn't expecting Deshaun Watson to actually play. Like, it just seems very weird to me that he was out there. And, like, not only was he out there playing in the preseason game, he played like utter trash. Like, dude, he played like Nathan Peterman in his rookie year. It was like that bad. Like, terrible. And, like, dude, it's not even like, I mean, I was going to say it's not even his fault, but it kind of is his fault. I mean, let's be real. But, like, he hasn't, he missed all last season because of all these allegations and this whole court thing he's working out on the back end here. And, like, he didn't really get to play. And, like, dude, I understand, like, dude, any player that doesn't play for a year or two and then comes back to playing in the NFL, no matter how great of a player there is, they're gonna be rusty. They're for sure gonna be rusty, dude. Like, they're gonna have to get back into the swing of things and get back into the momentum and the feel of the game, and, like, all that's it's gonna take time. Even if Deshaun Watson's a really talented quarterback, it's gonna take time for him to come back. But with that being said, he also played like complete trash. Like, and I'm sure everybody loved that because Deshaun Watson right now in the NFL is like a villain. He's kind of a villain in the NFL right now because we're all aware of his allegations on the, like, we all know what's going on behind the scenes. So, like, it's just, yeah, dude, it's a bad look, man. And he's out there, like, completely overthrowing receivers. Like, one of his first passes, he rolls out to the left and throws, like, one of the worst passes ever, dude. Like, it was like 10 yards off of the receiver, not even close to receiver, dude. It was that bad. Like, there was just many plays where he's just throwing way off. Way, 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 way off. And, like, dude, like, he played like complete trash. It was bad. Like, I really didn't see, like, anything good from him. Like, it was, like, complete terrible. And the fans loved it. I mean, maybe not the Cleveland Brown fans, but just NFL fans in general, just to see Deshaun Watson not play good, like, it's kind of like a small dub. It's like a small win for the rest of us to look at that and be like, you know what, dude? Like, you kind of deserve that, bro. You kind of deserve that, dude. Like it would have been like trash if he actually came out and was like playing on fire and like playing amazing. Because then you'd be like, like, yeah, he's playing really good, but, like, kind of a bad guy, though. Kind of a bad guy. And I like, we don't want to root for bad guys. We don't want to root for people that are, like, doing crazy shit on the sidelines or crazy shit freaking with all these allegations. Like, it's it's not a guy you really want to root for. So like to see him play bad, it's kind of a small dub for everybody else, you know? And also, here's my question to you. Here's my question to everyone else out there watching Deshaun Watson playing in the preseason games. Like, okay, let's say that Deshaun Watson actually plays in NFL games at all. Like, let's just say he's not suspended for the whole year, right? Who the fuck is buying this dude's jersey, dude? Like, tell me who's gonna buy his jersey. Are you gonna buy his jersey? Because like, the only way I see people buying his jersey is like for like if he's like a collector. If you're a collector and you want to get some like rare item and be like, oh, I have the Browns Deshaun Watson jersey as like a collector's item. I guess I could see that. You know, I could see that being valuable or you know have some kind of value. But like, who is really gonna buy this dude's jersey, bro? Like Cleveland Browns fans. Like, dude, if you're a Cleveland Brown fans, will you not be embarrassed to wear that Deshaun Watson jersey? Wouldn't you be embarrassed, bro? Like, wouldn't you feel kind of weird wearing that? Like, I just don't see who's gonna buy this dude's jersey. Like, that's my question to you. Like, who's really gonna buy that? I don't know, bro. Like, it seems like this whole Deshaun Watson thing to me is so weird, dude. It's so weird that he's out there. It's so weird that he's playing. Like, I don't know how he's even playing the preseason at all when he has a court hearing up in the air about him being suspended for the rest of the year. But, like, they're going to let him play preseason? It's weird, dude. Like, I feel like he shouldn't be allowed to play at all until we get an official court hearing, an official suspension on, like, how much is he really going to be suspended for? Like, I don't think he should be out there, dude. That's my take. I don't think you should be out there at all. And also, okay, I have a quick video to show you also. I'm going to put it on the screen. So this is during the game, during the Browns game when Deshaun Watson was out there. And there's a video from the fans, like in the crowd. And everybody's chanting, "You sick you sick fuck." And like they're just so against him. And they're just like totally like starting this whole chant, and it's actually great. I'm gonna play a little clip of it right now. Here you go. But yeah, you know, there's the clip. There's, you know, there you go. And it's like, I feel like that's the attitude of like most NFL fans right now. Is like, it's like, you sick. Like, it's so good, dude. I love that. I was like, dude, like, keep doing that. Keep doing that at every game. Like, usually I'm not gonna like, I'm not saying like harass the guy or like do anything like send him death threats or anything. Like, don't do any of that. Like, don't go crazy. But like chanting in the stands, just like "you sick" at the stadium while he's playing, I feel like that's okay. I feel like that's a small enough amount of harassment to be like kind of acceptable. You know, like I'm totally cool with that, especially with like with the allegations he has. I think is okay, dude. Like, you know what? You know, chant all you want, dude. Chant all you want about this guy. Okay, so we have more exciting things to talk about here because so that was my takeaways from the NFL Week 1 preseason, right? And that was kind of the interesting storylines that I found and like the interesting players to watch. But here's another thing that's like kind of like, let's go, here's football, like football's back. Here's another kind of thing of that really made me feel so good about football being back was the new episode of Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks with the Detroit Lions, which like when that announcement first came out, I thought it was going to be kind of trash. I was like, do I really want to see the Lions on Hard Knocks? Do I really need to see this? Like, and it's always kind of annoying to me when the Hard Knocks is like on a really bad team. Like, I want to see Hard Knocks when it's like a mid-range team. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to be the Chiefs or the Bills or like some like, it doesn't have to be the star ones, but you know, I would like to see teams that can, a little more star power, a little more personalities and everything. I usually want to go for that, but I'm like, you know what? I'll give the Lions one a try because I'm gonna watch Hard Knocks. Like, it's not like I'm not gonna watch the freaking episode, dude. Like, I still love football. I still love the Hard Knocks. I'm watching it. So here, I watched the episode. Here are my takeaways. Here, I want to give you some things that I loved, absolutely loved about this episode. First of all, the whole episode is actually great. Like, I really just enjoyed the whole thing. Hard Knocks always does really good, putting together a well-made show and giving us enough sneak peeks into the behind the scenes, and showing the stuff that we usually don't see. And like, I already just love that about Hard Knocks anyway. But I will say this, like, this episode actually kicked ass. This episode kicked ass because, and it also made me love Dan Campbell so much more. I kind of already loved him just from all the press conferences I've seen and just his personality, and just like, I love this guy. I already love this guy. I already love him. But this episode 1 was actually great. And it kind of starts with the opening speech. Dan Campbell does an opening speech to really start the episode. Team meeting with everybody, opening speech. This is just like a small quote from the whole thing. And I thought it was the best quote because it's just so Dan Campbell. So here's the quote right here. We'll play anywhere. We'll play in the grass. We'll play in the turf. We'll go to a fucking landfill. Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I'll beat your ass. Dude, that's my fucking guy, dude. Dude, okay. I know it's so fucking meathead. It's like the most meathead thing you could ever say, but that's Dan Campbell, though. Dan Campbell's such a meathead, but he's a lovable meathead, though. He's a lovable meathead. Like, that's why we love him, dude. Because he's so passionate about football, and he's so just, like, saying all these, like, corny little things, like the whole, like, biting your kneecaps off, and, I don't know, dude. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I love it, dude. For some reason, I don't even really like the whole meathead thing, but for some reason, Dan Campbell makes it likable. Somehow, dude. And even this part where he's just like, if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes, like, I'll beat your ass, dude. Like, it's like, we'll play anywhere, man. We'll play in the landfill. Like, dude, okay. Like, it's so good, dude. It's actually so good. Like, I just love these little quotes and the little like passionate meathead rants he has. It's so good. It's so good. Here's another part that I loved from it. So linebackers coach Kelvin Shepard, he has like big long dreads, right? That's kind of a thing in the NFL that I've heard other players talk about before, about the whole dreads thing, because dreads is a very big part of black culture, right? And when it comes to like the NFL, like, I've heard players talk about this in the past about how, they want you to be more presentable, and they want you to be more like TV friendly, or like the NFL has a very weird thing about, like, they don't want somebody to be like bringing in like wearing big giant gold chains and having dreads and having big gold teeth and like having that whole like gangster kind of look. Because the NFL is they just want to please everybody, and they know they have a big white audience also. Like, they're trying to also please that part of that. And I think it's like, I've always hated that too. I'm like, dude, just let the players be themselves, bro. Also, like, the NFL is majority black. It's literally like 75%, if not more, black players and coaches in the league. Like, dude, it's the majority of the people in your league are black. Let them dress and look whatever way they want, dude. Like, why does it matter? Why do they have to? Oh, well, you need to cut your hair. Yeah, like, I don't like your you need a more like clean like more TV friendly haircut or whatever. Like, to get out of here, bro. Like, I've always hated that because I've always heard that from players, like coaches coming up to them and saying like, "Hey man, you need to cut your hair, bro," or like whenever they have dreads, and like, I don't like that, bro. I've always not liked that. But anyway, So Kelvin Shepard, linebackers coach for the Lions, he talked about how, when he got the job, when Dan Campbell told him that, he's like, hey, I want you to be a coach for my team, right? And Kelvin Shepard talked about he actually kind of thought about cutting his dreads off. He was like, you know what, maybe I should, man, because like he was just kind of scared about, like, you know what, like, I have to look presentable, I have to look a certain way, like I need to fit into the NFL mold and of like what a coach should look like and whatever. And he talked about that a little bit, and he said Dan Campbell specifically told him, here's the quote actually from Dan Campbell. Where is it? Right here. Absolutely not. I'm hiring Kelvin Shepard, not who you think is supposed to fill that position. I'm hiring you. And I love that, dude. Like that it just showed, like, it's a small part of the episode, but it just shows you what kind of human Dan Campbell is. Like, I love this guy, dude. Like literally this episode made me love him so much because of reasons like that. Because a lot of other white head coaches or NFL executives or GMs, the ones that are really in power, they probably would tell him to cut his hair. They probably would be like, "Oh yeah, you need to look a little more presentable or whatever." Like, "Oh, we don't want you looking a certain way." And Dan Campbell's like, "No, no, dude. I'm hiring you, and like, if I'm hiring you, I want you to be yourself. I want you to look however you want, dude. You're gonna come in here because I want you as a coach. That's all I want from you, dude." And it's like, I love that, dude. I love that from him. I think it's actually so great that, and like a lot of the times through this episode, a lot of the players and coaches talk about that with Dan Campbell, saying like Dan Campbell really just lets everybody be themselves. Like, he's not the guy that's like, "Oh, stop fooling around," or, "Oh, turn the music off," and, "Oh, you guys are playing around too much," and whatever. Like, he's not like that. Like, he'll be tough when he needs to be, but he lets the guys be themselves and he lets them have fun. He actually lets people have fun and lets people show their personalities, and I love that because the NFL always wants to like tear someone's personality down if it's too big and boisterous. And it's like, dude, we need personalities like this. We need people to be themselves. I've never liked that the NFL wants everyone to be like a robot and like don't show your personality. You need to answer questions specifically like this, and you need to sound formal when you talk, and like, no, dude, like, screw all that. I hate all that stuff. Screw it, dude. Like, Dan Campbell's representing a coach that I fucking want in the NFL because he's actually empowering players and empowering coaches to be who they want to be and look what they want to be and make a name for themselves. And like, he's really standing up for these people because he cares. Like, Dan Campbell actually cares about these people. He cares about them so much. And you can tell just from this episode, he cares so much about them. Here's another part that I wanted to show out too. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have already heard this part. There's like clips about it and stuff. But Dan Campbell was like doing up downs, which is like a certain exercise where, drop in the ground and then get back up, drop in the ground. You're doing up downs if you don't know what that is. He was doing it with the team in practice, and he was saying, "Got to pay your dues, got to pay your dues," and he was working out with the team. He was doing everything with them, and I was like, he did like 30, 40 up downs with them, which is like so hard, especially as like an older dude, like as a coach. Like, for the players, they're in their athletic prime, but Dan Campbell, not in his prime, but very athletic though, still super athletic. And he's out there working, getting that same work in with the team. And that also shows a great example, dude. He's leading by example. Like, they talked about in this episode, they're saying like, well, don't you think that like Dan Campbell should be like walking around and like checking to see if everybody's doing their exercises correctly and like, or like seeing if people are slacking off? It's like, nah, because Dan Campbell, like, he trusts his players. He trusts them that they're going to put the work in. I got air coming up. Oh, God. I just don't want to burp into the mic. Jeez. So, I had to hold it in. Jesus Christ, dude. Every time when I'm recording, I end up burping. God damn it. Okay, so yeah, I was talking about Dan Campbell doing the up downs, right? So he was, and like instead of walking around and being like normal head coach and being like, hey, you need to put more effort, like or whatever. Like he's like, nah, I trust my players. They're gonna do their work because I trust them, and I'm gonna do the work with them, and I'm gonna lead by example. And I love that, dude. Like I love that. That's actually so like Dan Campbell's not afraid to get down and dirty, and he's not afraid to like. He's basically one of the players. Like he's pretty much showing he's like I'm in this with you, and I know that NFL players really respect that, dude. They respect when a coach can do it alongside with them, and a coach is gonna be like, hey, I'm not gonna ask you to do something that I wouldn't do myself. That's like players love that, dude. They love the commitment, and they love like, oh, this guy cares about us. This guy is all in. This guy's all in with us. Like he's not like pussyfooting around. Like I love it, dude. He talked about so right after he did those up downs, he walked over to the coaches and he was talking about he was like, oh man, I fell in my house the other day and I messed up my wrist and I think I sprained my wrist, man, but I still got those up downs in though, I didn't know if I was gonna be able to do them, but I still got them in. Like, dude, like it's just such a meathead, dude. Such a meathead, but I love it. But I love it though. Like he's literally like falling to the ground, putting all the impact on his wrist that he just injured the like couple days before, and he's still out there. He's like, man, I was taking Tylenol and Advil all morning, and like, dude, this like I love him, bro. Like, this guy's insane, dude. So okay, here's another part. Here's the last part that I want to get to because this is like a very important part to me of the episode. It's actually like part of the best part of the episode. So they showed all these scenes of them doing a full contact live padded practice. And like, usually a lot of times in the NFL now, a lot of times in the NFL they don't like they're trying to stray away from doing that in practice because you're risking injury, and it's also like it's just really hard on the players' bodies to go practice after practice, full contact, full pads, like hitting as hard as you can, like going all out. You're risking injury, and in the players nowadays, they're not really used to that because they're used to being more protected in practice. So but Dan Campbell said, nah, we're doing full pads, we're doing live practice, we're going all out, let's go. And they show all these clips that are like really awesome. I love all the clips from that. But right after that happened, Dan Campbell huddles everybody up on the field, and he has like a really emotional speech to talk to them about. And like he was crying a little bit during it, and he was really pouring his heart out to the guys. And I loved it. I loved it, dude. It was so cool to see him be so vulnerable and be so real and raw with the players. Like how do you not respect that? How do you not respect someone being so real, so vulnerable with you? That like you can't ask much more from a head coach. You really can't, dude. Like he's being so genuine with them, dude. So here's a quote from that speech that I wanted to read out to you. I'll try to do it in the Dan Campbell voice too. I'll try to see if I can do it. Okay. So here we go. I've had a oh no, okay, here we go. I got it. I had a couple of you look at me like, what the fuck? We're going live? I swear to God I'm not a lunatic. I swear. If I where is it? If I knew we could get to where we need to be without putting pads on, I swear I would do it. I swear. Okay, it's a bad Dan Campbell. It's a bad Dan Campbell impression. My bad. Bad impression. I did it better earlier. I swear I did it better earlier. I did a little Dan Campbell. It's hard to get his voice though. It's hard to get his voice right. Okay, let me just read it to you because you probably didn't even hear that. Let me just actually read it to you. I had a couple of you look at me like, what the fuck? Why are we going live? I swear to God I'm not a lunatic. If I knew that we could get to where we need to be without ever putting pads on, I swear to you I would do it. That's the quote, right? And it's like he's dude, that's what I love. He's being real. because most coaches, most of these head coaches, they have all this power and they're trying to take command of the players and they're trying to, oh, I'm the hard, firm coach, right? So most of the time, those coaches, they're just saying like, hey, you need to do this. Don't ask questions. Don't ask why. Just do it. Do whatever I say. And I feel like that doesn't get across the players, dude. Like it's only gonna make the players kind of resent you, like I feel like it's not positive environment for them because you're not being real with them and you're not like giving them a reason why they're doing something. You're just saying like, well, you need to do it because I'm the head coach and I have the power. I have all the power. Whatever I say goes, right? And that's like most head coaches. That's like most of these loud, strong head coaches. Dan Campbell, he doesn't take that approach. He says like, he's like, dude, if like he's pouring his heart out, being like, if we never had to put pads on and I didn't have to risk injury in practice, then I would never do it. I would never do it. But he's saying like, I swear to you, you guys have to trust me. I swear this is what we need to do to be ready to play football because I'm getting your body ready. He even said, he was like, studies show that, having more physical contact in practice, not doing it all the time, not doing it every practice, but mixing it in there and having those times for full contact, it's actually going to strengthen your body and learn to take hits a little bit better during the season. It's only preparing you. Like he's telling you like, I'm literally doing this for you. I'm doing it for you guys. I'm trying to prepare you because if we never go full contact and then we go out there and go all full contact through the whole season, there's going to be more injuries. Like there's probably going to be more injuries because your body's not ready to take hits. And your body's not ready for that punishment. We need to get you ready for the punishment. And like I love how raw and real he's being. It's great. Here's a little clip that I took from the episode. It's right after he says that quote that I gave you. And he gets emotional and he's really pouring his heart out. And I think it's a really important scene to show you all if you're interested. And here's the video. I'm going to show it to you.
I'm not getting you prepared. Not only physically for injury, but also for us as a team to get better. Defensively, what is the essence of what we do, man? What are the two things? Pursuit and tackle. Pursuit and tackle. Man, if you don't work on tackling, if we don't work on run after catch, making a move, man, what are we doing, man? Then we finally get to week 8 and we come to life because we got enough reps. But I'm telling you, honestly, I'm doing this because it actually does help you with injury. If we do it the right way, and we're not going to do it every day. But I got a plan, I swear to you. All I think about is you guys. That's all I think about, man. That's all I fucking think about is you guys. And how I set you up for the best fucking possible. The best possible advantage I can give you to have a season. I swear to you, man. I just need you to trust me. That's all. Please. Let's be better tomorrow.
Now, see, like, dude, how do you not watch that speech? You're going to tell me you don't love Dan Campbell? You're going to watch that and tell me you don't love this guy? Dude, like, he's won me over, bro. He's won me over. Like, that's my guy. That's my guy right now, dude. Dan Campbell, you're the man. You're the freaking man for that, dude. I love the emotion. I love the vulnerability. I love that he's being real. And he's being like, I do this for y'all. Like I'm here for y'all. I think about you guys all the time. I'm always thinking about you. Like, dude, I love that, bro. And then right after that, we had the Jamal Williams. I just want to make sure I'm getting his name right because I didn't write it down on here. This is just like a little thing I'm adding in. But yeah, the running back Jamal Williams, he also gave a very emotional speech right after that speech from Dan Campbell you just saw. And he's like crying and he's yelling and he's giving it all. He's pouring his heart out too. And it's like, dude, that's also just showing you Dan Campbell has a real effect on these players, bro. And it's just showing you how that kind of coaching and being a real raw human being and pouring your heart out, you're giving everything to the players. They're going to give it back and they're going to play harder for you. And they're going to really put everything on the line. Like, and then, of course, Jamal Williams has that speech, That's also a great speech. I mean, that clips that's like one of the most famous clips out there right now for this episode. That's like it's one of the biggest ones out there right now. So a lot of people have already seen it. So I'm not gonna show it on here, but like it's like it. If you haven't seen it, I guarantee you should like you're gonna love it if you watched it because he also poured his heart out and he was very vulnerable with his team and like I loved it, dude. Like I thought that was great. Like it just shows Dan Kimball has a real effect on these players. He has a real connection with them, and like that makes him a great coach to me. That makes him a great coach. Here's a bit of news that I was actually really shocked to hear. It's pretty. I wasn't expecting this. This kind of came out of nowhere for me. So, Roquan Smith, linebacker for the Chicago Bears, he's demanding a trade from the Bears. And it's also just a weird time to demand a trade. Just a weird time for it because like the season's about to start. Like where it's usually these things happen like months ago, like when all these other trades started happening and all the free agency and everything. Usually that's when you do that kind of stuff. Like right before the season and then demanding a trade. That's pretty bold, dude. So I'm thinking like, bro, if he's demanding a trade right before the season, he probably didn't plan. Like he was probably planning on playing for this team, but now some bad things have happened and now he wants out, and that's exactly what happened. So he Roquan Smith put out a public statement, and he just kind of wrote some text out and he posted it. He's talking about how like I'm gonna sum it up for you a little bit because I'm not gonna read the whole statement because it's kind of long. I'll read a part of it though because it's an important part of it. But he's basically talking about how he's like a hometown kid, and he's like, it's always been my dream to play for Chicago. Like, and he wanted to be like all the great linebackers that played for Chicago in the past years, in the past decades. And he's like, I want to be like Urlacher, I want to be like Butkus, and like he had this little speech about like he loves Chicago. He's always wanted to be here. He's never wanted to leave Chicago. Like this is like his home. Chicago is his home and he loves it. And like it's always been his dream to play here. And I thought that part was pretty powerful already because I was like, damn, like he's not even trying to be like bitter, like too bitter for the organization or be like, man, like this place is a sinking ship. Get me out of here. It's not even that attitude. He's saying like, dude, I hate that I have to do this because I love this team so much and I want to be here. And so I'm going to read you an important quote that it's just a part of it that I thought was important because it really shows why he's even demanding this trade. Here's the quote. Unfortunately, the new front office regime doesn't value me here. They refuse to negotiate in good faith. Every step of this journey has been take it or leave it. The deal sent to me is one that would be bad for myself and for the entire linebacker market if I signed it. I've been trying to get something done that's fair since April, but their focus has been trying to take advantage of me. I wanted to be a Bear my entire career, help this team bring a Super Bowl to our city. However, they have left me no choice than to request a trade that allows me to play for an organization that truly values what I bring to the table. Like, dude, that's hard to hear, bro. That's really hard to hear because, like, I'm sure Chicago Bears fans, I'm sure you're feeling it right now, dude, because I'm sure you guys love this guy. Because I already love this guy. I love everything he said. I've kind of followed him even from when he got drafted. I was like, damn, this guy's gonna be great. Like, this guy's gonna be an awesome player. Like, I'm excited for him. So I've already kind of liked him from the beginning. But this statement is just a very like well thought out statement and a very like emotional one because like it's not just because it's like, well, this team sucks, bro, I want to go play with Tom Brady. Like, it's not like that kind of attitude. It's not like, man, bro, I want to go win some games, dude. This sucks. Like, he's not being some like bitter asshole about it. Like, he's being like very real, very open, and being public about it, which I think he should in this case. Because even though in other cases you should keep it behind closed doors when it comes to contracts, at least to me. But in this case, he absolutely should be public. And I'm glad he is because when the front office is trying to screw you over, I think everybody needs to know about that. That's the part that shouldn't be behind the scenes and kept a secret, is trying to cover up secrets for the front office or the organization when they're doing bad stuff. That's what I don't like. And so that's why I love that Roquan Smith is talking about it, because he's saying like they've left me no choice. He's like, I've tried to do everything to stay here, and they've left me no choice but to request a trade and get out, because they don't value me, and like they're giving me a disrespectful offer for a contract, and they don't want to give me anything that's fair. So why would you sign a contract that's not fair to you and that's not going to actually benefit you? Like, he shouldn't sign that. So I'm glad he's not, and he should request a trade. Like, I love that he's doing that. I think it's actually great. And it's also exciting just to think about like where he could go. Like because he could request a trade. I mean, like, I don't know how willing the Chicago Bears are going to try to like make him happy, because the Bears have already shown they're being very disrespectful to him already, and they're not valuing him. So like, like the Bears might just trade him to like anywhere. Just they're probably not going to listen to Roquan Smith and be like, "Oh, you want to go to Green Bay? Okay, we'll send you to Green Bay." Like, no, I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if like they're going to really give in to like what he wants. They might just try to get the best deal they can for him. But I just hope that Roquan Smith can go to a place that actually values him and actually respects him and will pay him the money that he deserves. And I hope that he can, find an organization that he can thrive with, because, I think he's a really good player, but he can't thrive with Chicago because Chicago is just a dumpster fire, and the organization is always dysfunctional, and they never know what the hell they're doing. They're always making dumb mistakes. And like, that's why I'm like, dude, I want to see him go to a good organization and go to a place that actually loves him. And like, even if it's not the best team, even if it's not like the Bills or Chiefs or like Bucks or whatever, like even if it's not just the big ones, like if he can just get on a team that actually respects him and they're competitive and he can really help them, put them over the top or something, I think that would be really cool to see. Because I'm a fan, dude. I like Roquan Smith a lot. I want to see him do well, and he deserves it. He absolutely deserves to get treated right, dude. Because the whole mistreatment from the Bears organization is disgusting, dude. Like, I've never liked the Bears organization because of how dysfunctional and disgusting they treat people. It's like, I don't like that, bro. It's so messed up. And they just love wasting people's careers too. Like, they just love wasting people's time, wasting people's career, collecting money, and they just don't care. Like, to me, they just don't care at all. They just want to get that bag. They want to get that money. And like, yeah, all the billionaires, they all want to get the bag. They don't want to get the money. That's why they're in the business. But like, you need to treat your players right. You need to actually care about people, dude. Like, not just care about money. Like, you need to care about people and care about. I want owners that care about winning and actually like being a real NFL owner, not just some like figurehead, Like, that frustrates me, dude. Like, I hate the Bears for that. Like, so ridiculous. Here's another thing I want to talk about with Antonio Brown. So we haven't heard much from Antonio Brown for a while now. He's been kind of doing. Last time we heard him, I mean, he was like off with like being best friends with Kanye and like pretty much just like jacking his whole style and like everything from him. And he's trying to do his music or whatever, and like, that's fine. Like, if you want to do your music or whatever, that's fine. But he put out this like tweet though that's so narcissistic. It's insane, dude. Like, of course we all know he's completely narcissistic. That's obvious. That's obvious to anybody that looks at this motherfucker. He's clearly narcissistic, right? Like, and clearly just like, kind of just a complete diva, and like just being so obnoxious and just like he has so much drama with him, dude. But this tweet was so just ridiculous. I'm gonna read you the tweet that he put out. So he said, my biggest regret in my career doesn't involve calling my GM a cracker or showing up to the Raiders camp late in a hot air balloon with frozen feet or throwing rocks at a UPS driver. Oh my God, dude. And it definitely doesn't involve me taking my shirt off and doing a victory lap around the Jet Stadium mid-game while throwing up the deuces. My biggest regret is that I'll never get to see me, Antonio Brown, play a game live. Sure, I can watch the game afterwards, but I can't imagine what that was like for you all to see something like that. Like watching the Beatles or Jesus perform at Red Rocks. Bro, shut the fuck up, dude. Literally shut your fucking ass up, dude. Oh my, you are so insanely conceited. It's insane. Like, how are you this blindly narcissistic? Like, you're like, no, I don't regret doing all of the bad things that I've done in my life and career. I don't regret mistreating people or throwing rocks at a UPS driver. Like, dude, what are you like? First of all, like, why are you throwing rocks at people? Why are you like it's just, I don't know, dude. Like, there's just so much stupid ass shit. And just like him calling the GM a cracker and like just disrespecting everybody, doing his little dumb victory lap on the Jet Stadium, like taking his shirt off. Like, dude, just all of it's so insanely narcissistic. It's so fucking bad. And just the worst part of it is like, nah, like I don't regret all the bad things I did in my life. I don't regret all the bad things in my career. What I do regret is not seeing me, Antonio Brown, playing live in a game. Like, shut the up, dude. You're so annoying. You're so annoying. Oh man, you're so annoying. And then, dude, he had the chutzpah to write at the very end, yeah, that would be like watching the Beatles or Jesus. Like, what do you think, you're a god, dude? You really think you've ascended to like god status, and you're just like above everybody, and you're like, whoa, it's like watching Jesus. Like, he's turning water into wine. Like, no, dude, you're just some fucking football player, dude. That did a bunch of dumbass shit, and then now you're out of the league and you're sitting on your fucking couch. That's what you're doing, dude. Like, that's not Jesus to me. That's not the Beatles to me, dude. Like, you're just an asshole. Like, that's all you are, is just a complete fucking asshole. And you just mistreat everybody around you, and you think it's okay because, oh, I'm Antonio Brown. I'm so famous. I can get away with being a complete fucking asshole to everybody. Like, dude, you can't get away with it because you're famous, dude. Like, just because you're famous and you have a big name doesn't mean that you could just mistreat everybody and just do whatever the hell you want. And like, just to be so blindly and conceited and not have the awareness when he's talking about like, nah, I don't regret it. I don't regret all that stuff. I only regret not seeing me play live. I'm sure that must have been such a spectacle, like the Beatles. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. You're so annoying. You were so annoying, dude. Like Antonio Brown is a guy that I can never root for. Like, I used to like him a lot when he was playing in Pittsburgh and he wasn't causing a lot of drama. I used to like the guy because he started off as like a 6th-round pick, and he comes in, he proves himself, and he's putting up big numbers. He's playing great. He's being humble. He's not being an asshole, and like, he's being like a lovable guy. And it's like, dude, like that, and he's working his ass off. And I'm like, okay, that's a cool guy, dude. That's a sick guy. But like, after all of the drama we've seen from this dude, after like Tom Brady literally doing everything in his power to help this guy, and then like leaving the Bucs and then talking a bunch of shit about Tom Brady right after. And it's like, dude, like, Tom Brady was putting his neck out for you. He was putting his fucking neck out for you, dude. He brought you into his home. He tried to keep you under control, and not only that, but he won you a freaking Super Bowl, dude. Tom Brady literally gave you a Super Bowl ring, and you're not even grateful at all. You're not even grateful for it, dude. You don't even care. Like, dude, you're such an asshole. You're such an asshole. And he clearly treats everyone around him like shit. Because we keep hearing all these stories about him and his in his baby mama, and he's fighting in front of his kids, and he's doing all this. He has all this drama, and he's calling the GM a cracker, and he's insulting people to their face, and he's just like, dude, you're like throwing rocks at a UPS driver, dude. Like, how is any of this acceptable? This is not acceptable behavior, bro. And then he has the nerve to like go on these podcasts and be like, hey man, I'm just trying to be calm and chill, man. Kumbaya, kumbaya. Shut the fuck. It's just such a joke, dude. It's such a freaking joke with this guy. I'm so done with Antonio Brown. And this tweet just pissed me off even more. Dude, like, I literally never want to hear from this motherfucker ever again. I hope he just shuts the fuck up and just falls back into being irrelevant. And I hope that he doesn't get any more spotlight, because he doesn't deserve any more spotlight, dude. And like, I know I'm talking about him now, but like, it just like I just wish I didn't have to talk about this dude. But like, when he does something like this, like, how do I not talk about this? How do I not bring this up? Because it's just so annoying. It's so annoying. And I just want someone to call him out on his shit. And like, because people just, there's just too many yes men around him, and then nobody calls him out on anything. Like, I'm like, dude, I understand he's never gonna hear this, but like, I just want to call him out on his bullshit, because you're not Jesus, you're not the Beatles, you're not some spectacle. You're just a dude that was a football player and you fell off, dude. That's all that happened. And you mistreat everybody around you, and you're a complete asshole. That's the facts, dude. And that's all it is. Like, bro, I don't want to hear nothing more from this guy. I'm done, dude. I'm done with Antonio Brown. God, man. It pisses me off, man. Whatever, dude. I'm done with him. I'm done. But yeah, I mean, that was the last topic I had. That was everything on my notes. You know, hey, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I know we got a little hot and heated at the end, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm excited to be talking about actual football again, and talking about like real football, and like, it's because it's been just a lot of like drama and stories and stuff like that, and like you know, but there's actual real stuff going on in the NFL right now, and I love that I get to talk about it. You know, like, and like, I have a great time like talking about the NFL. Like, I love this stuff. I love it, dude. I think it's so dope, and like, I'm so excited for the actual regular season, dude. So excited for it, bro. Like, once we're in the regular season, it's gonna be so good. There's gonna be so much to talk about. Like, I'm excited, dude. I can't wait. I can't wait for it. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, like the video below. You know, hey, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to grow the channel up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're on episode 5. You know, we're gonna keep it going, and we're gonna see how long we can go. You know, we're gonna see where we can take this, bro. And I want you to be involved. So please, hey, put a comment down below. Tell me how you liked the episode. If you didn't like the episode, whatever you want, dude. I'll respond to everybody in the comments. You know, like the video, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time on episode 6 of Footballin'. Woo! Let's go!